Race 5 at Belmont jumps at 4:15, the Schweppes handicap over 1,400 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent performance of the 11 Eurotrip last seen at Pinjarra.
Remainder, they're into the home straight though by the 300. Agent J, the newcomer, tackled now by Exclusive Zulu. A length and a half to Melody Secret, followed then by Eurotrip, getting around heels and running on strongly. 150 to go. Eurotrip surges up and grabs the lead. Running to second is Power of St George, but it's Eurotrip. Eurotrip has won more than a length on Power of St George.
A really impressive second up performance there by Eurotrip. The horse only having its second career start, and it settled back second last on a really slow tempo. It managed to pick a gap in the straight and then unleashed just some tremendous sectionals late. So I'm expecting if the horse gets any luck here from gate 7, I'm expecting they'll also try and ride it similar to last time. It should be able to unleash a similar burst, and if it can do that, it should be pretty hard to hold out. Second pick is the 6 in Tycoon Mikado. I'm expecting this horse to improve sharply drawn the inside here. We saw last start the horse was just restrained early to sit worse in midfield, 3 wide with cover. It loomed down the outside, but really it was too far back and running. But I'm expecting they'll try and ride this horse more positive here. Third pick is the 8 and What About Moses, another horse that wasn't particularly suited there last start. It was ridden with some intent, but didn't quite get across to try and challenge for the lead there. Instead, it settled 3 wide without cover and just held that position without threatening. Again, it's just drawn slightly awkwardly here from gate 6. Fourth pick is the 2 in Locomotive, who there was no money for it first up. It managed to jump well, was ridden with intent to sit outside the leader. It took over in the straight before just being tackled over the last 100 metres, but it did box on okay. On top, in race 5, is the 11 Eurotrip from 6 Tycoon Mikado, 8 What About Moses, and 2 Locomotive. Race 6 at Belmont jumps at 4:55, the Amelia Park handicap over 1,400 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Next Stop, The Moon.
Under pressure, the Escort the inside, then Nordic King. Deception Gain gets into the clear, and very wide out is Blue Horse. Here's Purist putting it a run down the outside to come after Vermont Lady. Next Stop the Moon fights hard. The Escort the inside. Next Stop the Moon. Purist the outside. Vermont Lady. Purist is going home strongly after Next Stop the Moon. Purist takes the lead. Always look the winner in running, and Purist draws clear to beat. Next Stop the Moon.
It was heavily back there last start, Next Stop The Moon, and the horse jumped well, was ridden with intent to lead before just handing up the lead around the 900 metre mark. It was a fast tempo, it must be said, but as a result, it just ran a bit stop-start from a sectional point of view going towards the turn, and it managed to just give some of those horses, just with the sit on it, a little bit of an extra edge. So I'm expecting from the wider gate, Next Stop The Moon will just bowl forward, find the lead here and dictate this race. Second pick is the 6 in Abbey Lane, another horse that wasn't particularly suited there last start. It only jumped fair and was then bustled up to try and find a position, but it ended up 3 wide without cover on pace. It was a pretty slowly run race, it must be said, but the horse did keep finding the line. Third pick is the 2 in Lickety Split, another horse that was sitting 3 wide without cover. It was really gone on the turn and then faded. It was a good tempo event, and from gate 4 it should really be able to find a prominent position here. Fourth pick is the 1 in Tonka Tough, who found an excellent spot in transit there last start. The horse was heavily backed late, down 3 wide with cover, had full momentum going around the turn and then finished off well into the straight. Stays in a similar class here, and if it gets the same luck in running, it should be thereabouts in the finish. On top in race 6 is 3 Next Stop The Moon from 6 Abbey Lane, 2 Lickety Split and 1 Tonka Tough. That brings us to the last. It's race 7 at Belmont, jumping at 5:30. The GSSSA finalist Stephanie Mitchell handicap over 1,700 metres. And we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Pearls from Heaven.
Behind them is High Friar straightening up as they come down with 350 to go. Pearls from Heaven is getting to the outside with Caress Your Soul. Racing inside the 300 and still the leader Caress Your on the inside. Caress Your Soul down on the inside is Fingermark coming through. Artie's Jewel as well. Pearls from Heaven not doing enough. Megadon is running on. Fingermark got through on the inside of Caress Your Soul. It's Fingermark drawing clear from Caress Your Soul, and Fingermark has won from Caress Your Soul.
Does get the bar shoes on here, Pearls from Heaven, but it also gets a soft track, which I think obviously will be in its favour. The horse I'm expecting to just settle back in the field, like we saw there at Northam, where it made a good sustained run going to the line. It was particularly good past the post. So I'm expecting with that bit of momentum, it should be able to be strong going to the line, and it did peak at this distance last preparation. Second pick is obviously the one in Heavenly Affair. It's hard to knock what this horse is doing. It will probably go around as short favourite once again. It was heavily backed there last start, finding a perfect spot, and it did manage to go on the job there last start. We saw 2 starts ago the horse had to work really hard to get the win, made things much more comfortable for itself last start. Third pick is a 3 in Clever Keza. I'm expecting from the wide barrier, drawn out in 12, it should be able to take its time rolling forward. We saw the horse with a bit of support there last start as well. Another horse who handed up the lead there last start before just being headed at the last 200 metre mark or so. I'm expecting the horse to improve. Fourth pick is a 9 in Demi Go Round, who sat outside the leader there at that slow tempo at Pinjarra, but it was strong going to the line and managed to hold off a few runners. Again, it's another horse drawn out a little bit wide, but I'm expecting they'll be able to break this field open early and find some positions in the first part of the field. On top, in race 7 is 10 Pearls from Heaven from 1 Heavenly Affair, 3 Clever Keza and 9 Demi Go Round. Best bets at Belmont, race 1, number 5, Naughty by Nature, race 4, number 2, Speedy Miss. That's all from us here at Perth Racing. If you'd like to keep up to date with us, stay in touch via our website or on social media. Until later in the week, on the box seat, I'm Pete Anthonus. Good punting and go well.